Imagine winning the lottery. Not just any lottery, but the biggest one in history. That's exactly what happened when you were born. The odds? A staggering 1 in 400 trillion. You're holding a cosmic golden ticket. But here's the real question. Are you living like the jackpot winner you are? In this video, I'll show you how to cash in on your incredible luck and start living an extraordinary life. We'll unlock your hidden potential and transform your daily experience. No special skills required, just a willingness to embrace your inner champion. You've already beaten incredible odds just by being here. So why waste this precious chance by letting fear dictate your actions? If you're ready to start living fully, you should check out the description below. I've included some valuable free resources to help you on your journey. Let's dive in. Picture this. You're standing at the edge of your dreams, ready to take that leap. But something's holding you back. What is it? For most people, it's fear. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of not being ready. These fears keep us stuck in a cycle of inaction, preventing us from living our best lives. Let's talk about those once and for all. The fear of failure. It's a question that haunts many of us, keeping us from taking risks and pursuing our goals. But failure isn't always bad. It can be one of the best things that happens to you. Every time you fail, you learn something new. You gain experience, knowledge, and resilience. These are valuable assets for future success. Now let's look at fear of judgment. This fear is rooted in the so-called spotlight effect. We think everyone's watching and judging us, when most people are too busy with their own lives. Understanding this can be freeing. It gives you more room to take risks and be yourself without worrying about constant judgment. The third fear is not feeling ready. I'll start my business when I have more experience. Sound familiar? Here's the truth. You'll never feel 100% ready. There will always be more to learn or prepare. Successful entrepreneurs often say the key is to start before you feel ready. Every expert was once a beginner. The difference is they didn't let their lack of experience stop them from taking that first step. Now let's consider the real cost of these fears. It's your one precious life. And here comes the brutal reality. In 100 years, we will all be gone. Every moment spent paralyzed by fear is a moment we can't get back. Have you ever wondered what opportunities you might be missing because of fear? There's a common regret among elderly people that might surprise you. It's not the things they did that they regret most. It's the things they did not do. All the chances they didn't take, the dreams they didn't pursue, all because of fear. So how do successful people deal with fear? They see it as a compass, not a stop sign. When they feel fear, they recognize it as a signal that they're pushing their boundaries, growing, and moving towards something important. Instead of letting fear hold them back, they use it as a guide. Here's something to think about. You're incredibly lucky to even exist. The odds of being born are about 1 in 400 trillion. You've already beaten incredible odds just by being here. So why waste this precious chance by letting fear dictate your actions? What dream could you pursue today if you set your fears aside? Really think about it. You've beaten incredible odds to be here, but there's another force that might be holding you back even more than fear. It's called worry, and it's costing you more than you think. Let me show you why 99% of your worries are actually lying to you and how you can turn this around to your advantage. Think about this. Most of the things we worry about never actually happen. All that time spent imagining worst-case scenarios, it's pretty much wasted. Our ancestors needed worry to stay alive. But in today's world, that same mechanism works against us. When you worry, you create negative scenarios in your mind. These imaginary situations can be even more damaging than actual outcomes. It's like paying for a problem you might never have. This worry can stop you from taking action, leaving you stuck in a cycle of doubt. So what's the solution? Action. When you start doing something, anything, you break that cycle of worry. It's like flipping a switch in your brain. As they say, action takes you out of doubt, and doubt takes you out of action. Now, I'm not saying ignore potential problems. Some successful people use a technique called negative visualization. Here's how it works. First, imagine the worst-case scenario. Then, instead of getting stuck there, prepare for it. Think through how you'd handle it. Suddenly, those big, scary problems don't seem so overwhelming. Remember, 99% of what we worry about never happens. So why waste energy on things that probably won't come true? Try this. When you catch yourself worrying, ask, is this something I can control? If yes, take action. If not, let it go. Here's a little secret. Most of your worries are actually compliments in disguise. Worrying about a presentation? It means you care about doing a good job. Worried about a relationship? It shows you value that person. Want to make worry work for you? Start small. Pick one thing you've been worried about and take one tiny step towards addressing it. Maybe it's sending that email you've been putting off, or making that phone call you've been dreading. Just do one small thing. You'll be amazed at how much better you feel and how much easier the next step becomes. Every time you face a worry head-on, you're building confidence. You're proving to yourself that you can handle challenges. It's like working out a muscle. The more you do it, the stronger you get. Before you know it, those big, scary worries won't seem so intimidating anymore. So what's something you've been overthinking for way too long now? Drop it in the comments. I'd love to hear what you're letting go of today. Are you stuck in the trap of someday? Well, it's time to break free. Most people never chase their dreams because they're always waiting for the perfect moment. But here's the truth. The world doesn't care about your imagination. It only rewards your actions and consistency. While you're preparing, someone else is out there doing, learning, and growing. Let's talk about the myth of the right time. You might think, I'll start when I have more money, or I'll do it when I have more free time. But life is messy, and conditions will never be ideal. Waiting for the perfect moment can actually kill your dreams. The solution? Start with what you have right now. You don't need the latest equipment or a huge budget. It's totally possible to grow a profile using an old broken camera. It's been done by others. Don't wait for the perfect setup. Just start creating content with what you have. Your message is what's more important, not the fancy equipment. Taking that first step can be scary. That's why I want to share the 5-second rule with you. When you have an impulse to act on a goal, physically move within the 5 seconds or your brain will kill it. Imagine you're lying in bed knowing you should get up and start your day. Use the 5-second rule to push yourself out of bed before doubt sets in. If you're feeling overwhelmed, try micro commitments. These are small, manageable tasks that build momentum. Instead of saying, I'm going to start a successful business, start with, I'm going to research potential business ideas for 15 minutes today. At work, commit to tackling that small task you've been putting off for weeks. These tiny actions add up over time. Let's talk about the magic of imperfect action. Good enough is perfect. You don't need to have everything figured out. Most successful people learn and adapt as they go. They start with what they have and improve along the way. This is the key difference between dreamers and achievers. Dreamers wait for perfect conditions. Achievers take imperfect action. They start with what they have, learn from their mistakes, and keep moving forward. How much has someday already cost you? Think about the opportunities you've missed, the growth you've delayed, the dreams you put on hold. Every day you wait is a day you can't get back. So how can you bridge that gap between dreaming and doing? Start by taking one small action today. Write the first paragraph of your book. Record a 30-second video for your YouTube channel. Reach out to one potential client. Whatever your dream is, do something today that moves you one step closer to it. Remember, imperfect action beats perfect inaction every time. So now we all know this. Action is the key difference between dreamers and achievers. It's like a bridge. Every day you wait is a day you can't get back. Time doesn't care. If you're serious about making a change, I've got some exciting news for you. I've put together some valuable resources to get you moving. You'll find it all down in the description. Let's wrap this up with one of Tony Robbins' most powerful quotes. Real change happens when our shoulds become musts. This mindset shift is crucial for overcoming fear and inaction. Make your dreams non-negotiable. Simple. The worst that can happen is often less scary than you think. But if you don't act, nothing changes. You've already beaten impossible odds just by being here. Don't just exist. Create a life you will remember. Now here comes the big question. How will you start living life like the miracle you are today? I know my answer. But what about you?